right now.
Good evening, I'm Rick Van Hoos. The University of Louisville is facing another bombshell. In a new report, a former U of L basketball recruit says that he was given sex and alcohol during a visit to the school. This comes almost a week after the release of Breaking Cardinal Rules, a book alleging a former Cardinal staffer paid escorts to perform for recruits. WLKY's Emily Maha is live on campus to tell us how the university is reacting tonight. Emily?
CBS Sports is reporting Jaquan Lyle says the gist of those allegations is true. Tonight, the university is saying they were advised to alert the NCAA about those allegations. I sat down with a sports analyst who says this could be the start of a long road for the U of L.
Based the way it's unfolding is going to be a long process.
Jaquan Lyle visited the University of Louisville as a basketball recruit in 2013. This week, he sat down with NCAA investigators to talk about that trip. CBS Sports reports Lyle confirmed the gist of allegations made in the book, Breaking Cardinal Rules, that escorts provided him with sex and alcohol.
You have to ask yourself, why would he lie about that? If he tells the truth, he's not going to get in trouble, even if he took all sorts of benefits while he's here. That's how the NCAA works. If he lies, though, and they can prove he lied, he won't be able to play at Ohio State.
The book that started the NCAA investigation was written by Katina Powell, an escort who wrote she was paid by former U of L staffer and player Andre McGee to bring in girls to perform for recruits.
Everybody's been hoping that there would be some way to disprove it. It was all some sort of she had some sort of an agenda. But this leads you to think that there's, going to be certainly reason to investigate this a lot more thoroughly.
The NCAA and University of Louisville are investigating, but sports analyst Bob Valvano says there could be more.
And then, there's certainly a better than 50-50 shot, at least in my mind, there's going to be a criminal investigation.
U of L students have mixed reactions about the report.
Of course it's surprising. You never think that an institution would illegally recruit like that.
Well, I kind of feel like it's a new recruit just making allegations because he didn't come here.
People say a lot of things, and it's kind of hard to say whether something like that's true unless I had personal experience with it. But I'm not saying they're wrong too. Stuff like that could happen on a college campus.
The university's Board of Trustees sat in on a closed-door, hour-long session today. The board's chairman says the NCAA has very specific rules and regulations that the university is following to a T during the investigation. Live at the University of Louisville, Emily Maha, WLKY News.
Thank you, Emily. Breaking Cardinal Rules was released last Friday. The university says it first learned of the allegations in August and reported them to the NCAA. Right now, the university campus police and the NCAA are investigating. There is no criminal investigation at this time.